Hi everyone, welcome to Drone Novice. This is our part 1 in our series on building your first quadcopter. Today we'll be assembling the Hyperlight Floss Glide frame by Pyroflip. This is a 5-inch freestyle frame made of carbon fiber and is very suitable for beginners due to it having a lot of space as well as being cheap. First we will start off by putting on the stack screws onto our base plate. So here's our base plate. We'll be using this long screws for our stack. We'll be putting the screws into these square holes and then securing it by using these washers. Initially, we'll just be screwing it on by hand, but then once it comes to the bottom, we want it to be secure, so we'll be using these pliers and a 2mm hex screwdriver in order to secure it. Now we will repeat for the other 3 screws. Now we're done with our 4 stack screws. The stack is where all our, most of our electronic components go, so they don't get off balance during the flight. Now we will put on the arms. The frame comes with 4 arms since it is a quadcopter. To put on the arms, we will use the sandwich plate. It's an X-shaped plate that goes below the frame. And each arm will go as follows. First, you have to align the arm with these 2 holes on the sandwich plate, and then we'll align it with the same 2 holes on the base plate. We'll screw it in using these 8 screws that come in this big plastic bag. Once you've successfully screwed in 2 arms, you will take these metal washers and only screw in the outside of each arm onto the frame. It may be tough initially, but you will need to use pliers in order to get a good tight screw on. Gripping the metal washer in our pliers like this, just screw on the bottom screw until it feels tight enough. Now for the inner screws, we will not be screwing it on, but rather we would use our standoffs. Repeat the same for the other side. Now we're done with the base. We can add some more standoffs using this bag of a lot of screws. Just pour a few screws out. And it's possible to hand screw in the standoffs since they're knurled and you get a good grip. One really good thing about this frame is that it comes with a lot of extra spare parts such as screws and standoffs, so that when you ever break a part, if that happens, then you'll have a replacement ready without having to order any extra parts. Now we put on the top plate, which has to go in a specific way, which has this V-shaped indentation matching the V-shaped indentation on the bottom plate. So it'll go like that if you see. But before that, we have to first make sure we put in our 3D printed camera mount. This camera mount will go at the front. So now we can put on our top plate without having to worry about our camera. It comes with 4 recessed holes in the back, and these are specifically so that the battery doesn't get damaged, since we are using a top-mounted battery. And in crashes, since it can come loose, if there were regular screws up there, then the screws could potentially puncture the battery and start a fire. So it's good that we have these. You want to get a nice tight fitting so that in a crash and in regular flight, since there are lots of vibrations, no parts come loose, because that could be really bad. Now we're done with our flat screws, we can move on to the regular screws in the big bag. So we'll only be needing 4 of these, and then we'll be done with our frame. One, 2, 3, 4. And with that, we're done assembling our frame. It looks really nice. And one last thing that's really good about this frame is that it can be easily converted to 6-inch or 7-inch propellers by just swapping out the arms, since you can purchase 6 or 7-inch arms if you want. Thanks and have a good day.